Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. I am Crafty Kate and I run a small crochet business. Today I wanted to go over my 2025 goals with you guys, like what I want to accomplish for this year. So if I look over here, it's because I have everything typed out and it's going to help me remember what to say. So my first big goal is YouTube related. So I want to keep posting once a week at least, and then possibly up to twice a week or 3 times a week once I get rolling with everything. I'm still trying to get kind of in a rhythm of how I want to post and what kind of content I want to post. So if you have any preferences for what you'd like to see from me, definitely put those in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys like to see. But other than that, I just want to keep posting regularly, keep growing the channel, keep growing the community, all that stuff. So that's my number one goal. And then the rest of these are just kind of not in any kind of order, just stuff I want to do. So a fun one I just started is I want to keep track of a United States map of everywhere I send orders. So I just started it today, and I'm starting it with, as of January 1st, orders that I'm going to ship out, what states they go to. So this is what I have. I already filled out Utah, Wisconsin, and Texas. So that's exciting. We'll try to fill out the whole thing. I didn't go over my sales from last year, but I'm pretty sure I filled just about all of it out. I didn't do one of these maps last year, but I thought it would be fun to keep track. So we've already got 3 states, and it's only January 9th, so doing good so far. Let's see. I really want to get my website up and running, so like a website to sell stuff instead of through Etsy. I'll probably keep my Etsy open no matter what, but I'd like to have my own website going. I do currently have like a blog type website that's just craftykate.com, and I've looked into adding a shop to it, and I actually started the process a couple weeks ago, but it is super complicated, and I set up my blog many years ago, and I don't remember exactly how I set it all up, so I'm having trouble with that. So I don't know how well that's going to go. I might go with Shopify or something like that. I still got to do some research, but by the end of the year, I want to have my own shop going to help save on some of the Etsy fees, because Etsy charges a ton, but they do bring in a lot of traffic. So right now I'm okay with it since I have kind of a new shop. So that's the plan. If you guys have any experience with a good provider for a shop, definitely let me know in the comments, because it's very complicated, I feel like, and everybody has their own preferences, and I just haven't figured out how I want to do it yet. So definitely let me know. I also want to open up a P.O. box so that people can send me stuff, and so that I can put the P.O. box on for my business address instead of my home address. So that is one of my plans. And then I want to get better about writing a monthly newsletter. I started a email sign up type thing last year, and I have quite a few people signed up for that, but I never send them anything. So I want to get better about sending a monthly newsletter about everything that's going on and new stuff I have happening, and all that stuff. So that'll be part of my routine that I'm trying to get into. So towards the end of the month, I'll send out a newsletter. If you want to sign up for that, I will link it in the description. And then hopefully you guys can hold me accountable to actually sending those out. Let's see. Oh, a big one I really want to do is to write more patterns. So long ago when I started my blog, I wrote a bunch of patterns. So there's a bunch of free patterns on there. And then last year I actually wrote my first paid pattern, which was exciting. And total for last year, I wrote 4 patterns. So this year, my goal is to write at least 6. So I already have one started. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, because I'm not sure it's going to work out. But I have one started, and I have lots of ideas. So look for some patterns coming from me. I'm really excited to get those going and out of my head, because they're like in my head and I think about them all the time, but I don't have them on paper or in crochet form yet. So the plan is to write those out. Get those out for you guys. So watch for tester calls. I'll probably do those on my Instagram. So we're hoping for at least 6, but if I can write more, that would be amazing. But we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to get this first one, out by the beginning of February. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, and then another big one. So in 2024, I made it a goal to try a bunch of markets in my small town to see which ones were worth it and which ones I wanted to do this year. So I decided to go with the farmers markets that are here in town. They start in July and go through September, and it's every Thursday. I did 4 of those last year, and they were all really successful, except for one, which was still way past the booth fee. The booth fee is only $20 a day, and it's only 4 hours in the afternoon. So really not bad time-wise or money-wise. And the only one that was a little bit worse was it was a really cold, kind of terrible weather day, but I still made way over my booth fee, so still worth it. So this year, I actually already signed up and was approved. So I signed up for 8 of them. So I'll do 3 in July, 3 in August, and then 2 in September. And then there's 3 more that I didn't sign up for, but if I still have the inventory and stuff, I can go to those. So one of my big goals, obviously, is to prep a whole bunch in the beginning of this year so that I have a whole bunch of inventory going into those. So since it's every week and I'll probably sell a lot of stuff, I don't want to be trying to prep every week to fill up what I sold the week before or whatever. So I'm going to try to have a whole bunch of inventory stocked up and ready to go for that. So last night I went over all of my markets from last year and added up everything that sold and kind of my best sellers and stuff like that. So I made a prioritized list of what I want to have made going into those. And then obviously I'll still do random one-off projects like the Anchor the Octopus that I completed a couple weeks ago, or last week actually, and random pattern tests if I do any. I want to do some free pattern reviews for you guys, so I'll probably have lots of random little free pattern plushies made, so stuff like that. So market prep will be huge the next couple of months in between writing my patterns. I don't really have anything planned up until July, so just focusing on my Etsy orders and writing those patterns and market prepping will be what's happening for the next several months. And then I just have a bunch of random ideas and little smaller goals for the year. So I have 3 whips that I've had going for quite a while now that I really want to get finished. So one of them, I had this idea for a tiny kind of granny square blanket to put in the backs, as the background of my photos. So I started that last year and made a lot of progress on it, but then quit my job and went full-time Etsy orders basically. So that got put on the back burner. So I definitely want to finish that, and I'll make a video of that for you guys. It's turning out really cute, so we'll get that going. And then I think I started this one in 2023 towards the end of the year, but I have a hexagon cardigan started, and I actually have a decent amount of work done on it. So I really want to finish that this year because it would be perfect to wear to markets and stuff like that. I keep looking up because my whips are up in that cabinet on the wall. But yeah, so I want to finish my hexagon cardigan. I'll definitely make a video of that for you guys as well. And then I also have a bag of sunflower granny squares that I started. Originally I was going to make a baby blanket, so it was going to be 99 squares or something. And then I took a bunch of the finished ones and I made a bag out of them. I don't know if you guys have seen at my markets. I have a sunflower bag for sale that I've had for a while. So that turned out super cute, but I have a whole bunch more of those sunflower granny squares started. And they're in my nice travel crochet bag. So I need to get that finished and cleaned out so I can use that bag again. So I have a couple of ideas of stuff I want to make. I thought about doing another tiny blanket for a background picture blanket, kind of like the other one that I started. And I also recently watched the Cozy Buckeyes channel, and she made these really cute Kindle book cover things out of granny squares, and I love sunflowers, so I thought I could make one of those for my Kindle, just to use up some of the squares. So I might do that, but just the goal of using up and finishing those sunflower squares. So those are my 3 whips that I've had going on for quite a while, so we'll try to get those knocked out, and I'll definitely show you guys what I make with them, and you can hold me accountable once again to get those done. And then, like I said, for videos, I want to do some free pattern reviews for you guys. I know those are really popular, and there's so many free patterns out there, and some of them can be really hard to understand, and some are just fantastic, so I'll try to do some of those. I think I actually have one, like 4 patterns I want to try for either next week's video or the week after that. It's coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. I'm also doing, in my spare time, crochet. She's doing a crochet along for an Australian themed project, so I have a free pattern picked out for that, so that will be included in that. I'm excited to make that little guy. Let's see. Oh, and then I also I know how to knit, and I haven't knitted anything in a long time, and I have all this chunky yarn that I was using to make the beanies that I just can't seem to sell. So I wanted to get my knitting needles out and make some ear warmers. Those are really fun for me to make, and knitting will be a little bit different movement to help my hands from hurting so much. So I do want to do some knitting projects that I'll take you guys along with me. And then as far as pattern testing, last year at the beginning of the year, I pattern tested a whole bunch and had a ton of fun with that. I got to do a ton of really cute patterns and all that stuff, and they were really good market makes. And so I decided it's hard to do pattern tests a whole bunch when I'm trying to keep up with my Etsy orders and market prepping, and now with the YouTube channel and everything. So it kind of became a lot, so I just quit pattern testing completely. But I did actually put in for one a couple days ago. I didn't end up getting it, but I decided that I do want to keep pattern testing occasionally, but only if I am absolutely in love with the pattern. So I'm going to be a little more particular about which ones I put in for, whereas last year I was just putting in for everything I saw because I wanted to make all the things. So I do want to pattern test a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, like I said, I'll just do ones that I'm really in love with and really want to make and help the designer with their pattern. So we'll see how those go. And then my other big idea is to kind of goes along with the P.O. box that I want to open. I want to do some community projects, kind of like Blondie Knots did with, she had people send her granny squares, and then she made this big, beautiful blanket that she uses all the time. So I just love that idea. I love the granny square idea because everybody can make just a quick little granny square. It's not expensive and they're quick. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys think that would be fun. I could make different things like some bags out of the granny squares and do giveaways. Just different ideas like that to get the community more involved, because I'd love to do bigger projects with you guys. So if you have any ideas or like that idea, definitely let me know. So we'll see how that all goes. I have to get the P.O. box and everything going first before I start any of that. But just keep that in the back of your mind, because I would love to do some granny square projects with you guys. So that's about it as far as goals. So I have those all written down. So I think at the end of the year, we'll go over them again and see which ones I actually did. So try to help keep me accountable for some of those, like posting on YouTube and writing the patterns and stuff like that. So I'm super excited for this year. I have lots of big goals, and I'm super excited to have you guys here. Thank you so much for following along and hanging out with me. And if you want to like and share and comment and subscribe so you don't miss anything. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!